I used to really have problems with handsome people, like Friends, you know, it would bother me so much. I watched Friends and then I said, fuck, these are the funniest, super handsome people ever. I'll give that to them, you know what I mean?
Who are your guys?
It's probably harder if you're so fucking handsome.
I think I heard Matthew Perry once in an interview, I think he basically said he invented sarcasm. I think he said that. Norm was on Saturday Night Live. Norm tells the best fucking stories about some of those celebrities that went through there. And Matthew Perry had an assistant and said, you know, he said to Norm, Matt wants to do a sketch that he wants you to be in where he talks like he does on Friends. He calls it Matt speak. And Norm said, what are you talking about? He goes, well, you know, he invented a way of talking, the way he talks on Friends, Matt speak. And he showed him a clip and Norm said, are you talking about sarcasm? Matthew Perry called sarcasm. He renamed it Matt speak.
Hilarious.
And Norm goes, you're talking about sarcasm?
What about the black odd couple, Gil?
They should have just said to him, oh, that was really good.
I think somebody, one of the younger writers said, I think Matthew Perry's a genius. And I think that's what it was. And Norm said, is he good at math or something?
Excuse me, is this Sarcasm 101?
No, it's Lamaze class for men named Arthur.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm kidding. It is Sarcasm 101. Be more gullible. Take any seat you want.
Thanks.
Except that one.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Sit down.
It's really hard to tell.
Thank you. Oh, in class, whoever parked in my space, thank you. I enjoyed the walk.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there's nothing like an hour in the rain.
Oh, wait. Oh, I get it. You're saying that because you don't want him to park in your spot.
Very good. You win the trip to Jamaica.
Hey, wait a minute. You didn't say there's a prize.
Wow, could you be any stupider? Okay, last week's assignment was how you would describe the food in England. Jane.
Oh, the food is so good there.
Kevin.
When my dad eats, he sounds like a pig.
No, that couldn't be more wrong. And just so you know, Kevin, I don't like it when you say things.
My dad's from England.
See, I see your mouth moving and I hear all these sounds, but it's just like coming out like, woo, 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 my dad. Okay, quick pop quiz for everybody, okay? You walk into a bar and you see a fat, ugly, disgusting guy in the corner. You turn to your friends and you say what?
Could he be any larger?
Could he be any uglier?
He looks like my dad.
Whoa, Kevin, try again.
He looks a great deal like my dad.
I don't see what's so funny.
There's a shocker.
I nominate Marissa for class president because of her incisive wit.
Hey.
You people just don't know when to stop.
Why don't you cry about it?
I want to take a bath with Marissa. I mean, that is to say, could I want more to... Can I take a bath with Marissa? Or...
My teaching assistant.
She was faking?
Catch on slower.
Hey! I don't think she's really a student.
Be a bigger moron.
Can I still take a bath with you, or...?
Another Norm joke, but he sort of, again, that area pisses him off as much as it does us. He was at an SNL after party. This, to me, was put perfectly. I'm not going to say the comic's name because, you know, I don't get permission from Norm. But anyway, Harvey Weinstein was holding court. He was talking about, he had seen that scene of alternative comedy, and he had seen somebody that everybody, you know, was kind of, at that moment, was the king of that. That's all. And, you know, Harvey Weinstein, I've been in, but like seen him at work. He's a very like obnoxious, like he just yells shit out that he thinks is brilliant, like Stephen Wright jokes or something. Right. You can't have everything. Where would you put it? You know, stuff like that. So he goes, he says this guy's name, and Norm's sitting there. He's on with Lorne and everybody, and and Harvey Weinstein says this person's name and goes, I think Sons is a genius. And then he looks at Norm and goes, Norm, what do you think? And Norm goes, is he good at math or something? The ballsy part is now Weinstein looks like an asshole. And people are like, and from that moment on, one of the most powerful guys in the world hates with a passion, Norm MacDonald.
I'm Clara Turley. Welcome to the Bible Challenge, where we meet and rejoice in our knowledge of the good book.
Praise
the Lord. Let's meet our contestants. Stan Hooper is back. Stan is our defending champion. He's won 47 games in a row. Hello, Stan.
Hey, how's it hanging?
Good. It's hard to believe just a few months ago Stan was living in our halfway house doing odd jobs around the school. And now he's a world-famous authority on the Holy Scripture. How many years were the Israelites in Egypt? And the answer is 430. Stan?
God bless Ruth. God bless Ruth. God bless Ruth. She was named after the biblical figure Ruth, which covers both of our religions.
Thank you.
The book of Ruth was in the Old Testament.
The book of Ruth? Is that really a book?
You're not familiar with the book of Ruth?
No.
Do you know the book of Ruth?
No, but every time you talk about Ruth, you always refer to the chapter of Jonah.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
The whale.
Yeah, that's my little joke. And it's not a whale, it's a big fish. One time, Michael Richards, this was before the catastrophe.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm going to go across the country. He would walk on stage and fall and hit it, and the funniest thing I've ever seen. And then he'd start talking about the Bible. And then he said to me, he goes, I'm going to go around the country. Do you think a man could live inside a whale? I go, I don't, you shouldn't start talking about that.
Jonah?
Yeah, it wasn't really a whale. It was referred to as a big fish, and then people thought
that's less
whale.
Offensive.
I don't even think a whale's a fish, is it, Steve O'Donnell?
It's a mammal.
It's a mammal.
Yeah.
What is a mammal? What's a seal? But a seal, though, does it just hang around the how does it get up? How do they get up on those buoys?
It's a shimmy.
They're shimmy. They must be just pure muscle, the way Ruth's pure spite.
Yeah.
All right.
Pure blubber.
Okay,
No, what?
What's your favorite religious movie?
I loved Passion of the Christ.
Did you?
Although I will say I thought it was very anti-Semitic, because every Jew looked like fucking Lovitz. You know what I mean? They were all like, hook noses and stuff. So I could see the anti-Semitism. But what I liked was the incredible violence. But you know what was strange?
Did they ask them, did you kill Jesus? No.
Of course, David Brenner was the biggest comic ever to come out of Philadelphia.
Well, again,
he just passed away, and we should talk about him. He's probably watching from, actually probably from down below, getting raped by the devil.
Well,
I mean, that guy had some sins that he died with, but whatever. No, I'm just saying. No, I'm saying David Brenner led a life that made Sodom and Gomorrah seem like Burbank. And I disagree. I don't think the Bible joke was brave at all. I think if you're going to take on an entire religion, you should maybe know what you're talking about. J.K. Rowling is a Christian, and J.K. Rowling famously said that if you're familiar with the scriptures, you could easily guess the ending of her book.
Huh? Okay.
Are you going to do another special?
Yeah, I'm going to do another kind of a different type of special.
What do you mean?
But, well, I haven't quite figured it out yet, but when I do, you'll be the first to know.
Good.
If Norm was going to build his super team of like a comedy tour, who would it be? Who would you have on that tour with you?
Oh, I'd pick Brian Regan.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there'd be three. So it'd be Brian Regan, me, and Chris Bosch.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. No, he's more of just his face.
Yeah, he looks like a Simpson. Right?
Looks like a velociraptor.
Yeah, he does.
A raptor.
He does.
You know what is funny is the other night I was watching when you had Bob Saget on your show, and I videotaped it with my phone.
He said it to all of us.
Yeah, I said it to all my friends about the part where you guys were doing the joke thing, and you see, whenever you start talking about black weed, Saget gets so uncomfortable. Hilarious.
Saget is funny. If you hang out with Saget, he's so famous because he had those 2 shows that were so gigantic, you know?
Yeah.
So anyways, everyone recognizes him everywhere he goes.
Everywhere.
All they ever say is, you're Bob Saget. And then he goes, thank you.
Would you have taken those gigs, Norm?
Oh, no, I would not, no. I've done stupid non-accepting things before. Like one time I didn't accept this thing, because I don't know how anything works, and then it was a cartoon, and then it became a really popular cartoon, and then later my manager said, oh, you would have made huge money off that. I'm like, oh, you should have told me. I thought a cartoon was just made no money, you know. But
Norm MacDonald's the greatest, dude. Thanks for coming on again. You're always awesome.
Thanks, man. Peace.
All right, take care.
New songs on the radio sounding fake. Prince and Genesis for better anyway. Anyway, am I just being too real, or is my mind going crazy out here, or am I losing control of my mouth? I can't shut it down, can't shut it down. Is it just me who feels this way? Is there somebody else who's not okay? Could you tell me, is it me?
This weekend, veteran news anchorman David Brinkley apologized to Bill Clinton for an election night commentary in which he called the president, quote, boring and uncreative. Admitted Brinkley, there was certainly nothing uncreative about the way you moved Vince Foster's body. The president's a murderer. You didn't know that? The mysterious Indonesian accused of illegally raising millions for the Democratic Party. Earlier this week, Secret Service logs showed that Mr. Wong had visited the Clinton White House more than 60 times. But on Friday, administration spokesman revealed that there are actually 2 John Wongs. Furthermore, they stressed that the John Wong who visited the White House is a different man. He isn't the fundraiser. He's the guy who killed Vince Foster. Rejecting conspiracy theories that President Clinton killed Vince Foster, a report out this week from independent counsel Kenneth Starr has officially concluded that Vince Foster took his own life. Among other things, the report cites evidence that Foster was deeply depressed in the days leading up to his death. Although the report does concede, Foster was deeply depressed because President Clinton was trying to murder him. On Capitol Hill this week, 17 Republican congressmen formally asked the House Judiciary Committee whether there is sufficient evidence to begin impeachment proceedings against President Clinton. In response, the president said, quote, hey, you know who would have the answer to that question? Vince Foster.
Okay, Norm, you're Canadian.
Yes, I am.
So what do you think of this whole presidential mess?
Well, I hope that the Democrats don't steal the election from the winner, you know, but who knows?
You like George Bush, don't you?
I love George Bush, man. He's a good man, decent, you know, none of this. He's, you know, he's not a liar, a crook, murderer, or anything like that, so it'd be good to get the... See, I think we should get the homicide out of the White House and get like a fresh start, because we don't want any more murderers.
I think we should just go on to the next question.
Oh.
Who's the murderers? Yeah.
Oh, Clinton, he murdered a guy.
Yeah, you know, we're not allowed to, you're not allowed to put out no accusations without
That's a little
darling.
too far.
That's the way it does work.
Let's just go on to the next question.
Yeah.
This is not my week. What can I tell you?
Oh, it's not mine either, and I'm being very nice, okay? Be a good boy. Now, Norm.
Do you never hear that?
No. Listen,
No,
we don't need
I
to
don't want
talk
to get
about
into
that.
this, and I don't want to hear it, and this is not the place to make those accusations, and you're supposed to be funny. Let's get on with it.
Exactly.
So get with it.
There you go.
This is a live show.
Not for nothing,
Why?
Norm, but you have been properly chastised by Barbara. So I'm now going to ask the next
I
question.
thought it was a matter of record.
Shut up. Shut up. Look,
Okay.
let me do this, okay?
I'll tell you what's a matter of record. You will not be invited back if you don't shut up. All right, now. Let's talk football.
All right, manslaughter.
Let's talk football.
Norm, did you ever hear the word?
The phone is ringing.
I certainly hope that's somebody calling to tell you to go home.
Oh, no.
Dude, you got a phone ringing.
Oh.
Answer the phone.
Hello? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. The thing is this. There, you know Matt Strauss?
Yeah, the producer.
The producer, he told me it would be funny. He said, like, why don't you carry a cell phone on and then let it ring and then pretend like there's a guy on it?
Is there anybody on it?
No, it's a thing, pretend
You know what, Norm? You're a dead man.
Here, you talk to him now.
You know what, Barbara? You know what you said about rage and work?
Give this man a plate of soup and tell him to shut up.
Norm,
All right, then. Let's see.
Norm.
What?
Okay, listen, Norm, listen. Not only have you annoyed us, but I've read that you have actually annoyed one of your idols. Who is that?
Oh, the great Bill Cosby.
Yeah, what'd you do?
Oh, my God, I love that guy. He's my hero, you know, just like you, maybe Bill Clinton would be your hero. I love.
There's no stopping you, is there?
No, you seem to like Bill Clinton.
They really, and this man leads into our show on Friday night.
I know.
It's all right, his career's over after this anyway. Who cares? Go ahead, Norm.
No, Bill Clinton, who's a great man, obviously. You know, everybody has their opinions, right?
Mm-hmm. Are you moving along?
No,
You're
Bill
going to get to the point.
Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Oh, God. Cosby.
What's in that coffee? What are you drinking in there?
Now, Bill Cosby is a great man, first of all. There has never been any accusations toward Bill Cosby about anything.
Will you just tell us what you did with Bill Cosby?
Oh, I met him. I opened for him at a club, and he was a great man, you know. He's my hero of all time. You know how funny Bill Cosby is,
Yes,
right?
I'll get to the point. I'm going past menopause. Make the point. Let's go.
Not everything has a point.
We are learning that, okay?
All right, Norm, you want to finish the story, or shall I ask you the next thing?
Well, the Bill Cosby thing is this.
Dear God.
I met Bill Cosby. We're all fans of Bill Cosby, right, Barbara?
Yeah.
What? Yes. Why don't we talk about the millionaire?
Oh, yeah, you know what? Tonight, Norm and I...
please. I like Bill Cosby. Let's talk about the millionaire.
Norm MacDonald and I are on The Millionaire tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell him about that, how you thought he's dumb today. Where do you see him tonight? Come on, Norm. Tell him, Norm.
People always told me Hollywood was like incredibly liberal and biased, and I thought it was untrue. But
You want to talk about the millionaire?
Yes, I do.
You have 10 seconds
tell
to
how
talk
much
about
you
the
want.
millionaire.
Don't tell how much
Don't tell him what I won?
No.
Oh.
You're not allowed to tell anything like that.
Well, what are you trying to ask him then?
I don't know.
Okay.
He doesn't answer anything anyway. So
All
we'll tell him.
right. Okay, so he's on The Millionaire tonight, and he's on Friday nights, and
on Monday, his taxes will be audited.
So he's on Friday nights at 9. He's on The Millionaire at 9. You can play along at home on Enhanced TV. You are a number. I have never met anything like you. We will be right back.
Going out again, am I out of my mind? Going out with friends, gonna have a good time.
As funny as that last bit. Just so you know, Well, good evening, Mr. President. Mrs. First Lady, and the distinguished members of the Radio and Television Correspondents' Dinner, you know, when I accepted the honor of performing here tonight, one thought crossed my mind, and that was, please, God, don't let me bomb in front of the president. But I'm not worried. What the hell do I care? You know, I worked on all my jokes. I got a lot of help from my joke writer, Don Imus. He was helped me a lot. Are you familiar? You know this guy? He's a funny guy. He wrote some jokes. Anyways, the dinner was great. You enjoyed the dinner? We had some salmon. Yeah, it was delicious. It was great, and I thought it was, you know, I thought it was refreshing to see Democrats serve something other than subpoenas for a change. I thought that was nice, you know. I'll be doing some jokes later. I just thought I'd. And of course, it was very inspiring to see President Clinton up here on crutches making a speech. I mean, I thought that was just amazing, you know. I mean, it's been difficult for the president. You know, he can't jog now, and he needs help getting around, and he still occasionally suffers great pain, you know. On the upside, you got your medical marijuana, so that's, you know. You must inhale, sir. It's the only way you're going to get better. But it's odd. I mean, I think this is the first time that I can remember that we've had a president that is hobbled, you know, and it's tough on everybody. The Secret Service, it's not easy on the Secret Service. They have had to learn, you know, how to do this, and they've been specially trained on how to lift and carry President Clinton by top experts who've been doing this for a long time. Boris Yeltsin's Secret Service agents. They've stepped in to help, you know. But we got a lot of power here, a lot of juice. Mr. Rule Arledge is here, of course, the chairman of ABC News, you know, and a lot of crazy stories coming out of that division, you know. You know, stories about this person sleeping with that person and all that, you know. Scandal after scandal. And if you heard the latest, I heard this just the other day. There's a rumor that last week, a certain, I don't want to say who it is, a certain gentleman in ABC News, he went to a party and he got really drunk and he ended up having sex with his own wife. I don't know how these rumors get started, but you know, it's probably just a vicious rumor, really, you know. But as Mr. Arledge knows, of course, TV has become a very tough game. You got to stay competitive, you know. As we all know, ABC's Good Morning America is in a little turmoil, you know, a little trouble, a little rating trouble. And they're considering a lot of ways now, you know, to boost the ratings. And I don't know, I think they're getting a little desperate. I heard that next week Charles Gibson will announce he's a lesbian. I mean, is that going to help anything? Nobody wants to hear that. I'm very nervous. I don't know why. Before I sip this coffee, actually, sir, how much is it? How much would a cup of coffee cost in a place like this? Nothing for you. Nothing. It's free. Okay, great. I didn't want to get, you know, I didn't want to see $90,000 on my bill later. I'm sorry. And of course, there are some important Washington figures who couldn't be here tonight. Vice President Al Gore is not here. Unfortunately, he broke down and they had to leave him in the shop overnight. But they say he'll be all right later. Something wrong with the voice box or something. I don't know what it was. House Speaker Newt Gingrich is not here. A little while back, of course, everybody knows that Newt pushed through a lot of budget cuts in the arts, particularly in PBS, you know, and the effects are being felt now. I can see it, even as a layman, you know, just watching. You know, the other day I watched that show, the Frugal Gourmet. It changed its name to the Cheap Bastard. I mean, That's crazy. And also today I took a visit to the White House. For any of you who haven't taken a visit to the White House, unbelievable. So, awe-inspiring and, a lot of rich in history, so beautiful, Although I did notice a kind of an odd sign on the president's desk. It said, the yen stops here. Have you seen it? What the hell does that mean? The yen? I thought it was the buck stops here, I'd always heard. Of course, they say the White House was haunted. Did you know that? And I thought this was kind of sad. I heard last night that President Clinton charged Abraham Lincoln's ghost $10,000 to sleep in his own bed. So that doesn't seem right to me, I mean... But look, the president, has come under a lot of fire for raising money, but, he's good at raising money. That's not a bad thing. Every president's done it. It's just that President Clinton is very, very, very good at it. He has organized in the past year over 100 fundraising dinners and over 200 fundraising midnight snacks. Did you know that? Is he laughing? Is he... No, but Mr. President, seriously, I know you've had to work through a lot of distractions in doing the business of running this country, and I just want to say, that I implore you, stay focused and do the job, and try to remember, that Rome was not built in a day, I mean, just ask Strom Thurmond, he'll tell you. It was not built in a day. He's an old fella, folks. How would you not know that? I have to say, though, this is an incredible thing for me, I'm just a punk, and yet here I am, I can't believe I'm speaking in a room, I'm standing in a room here with the most powerful man in the country, Alan Greenspan, and it's a little amazing to me. It's a little, Of course, that's the big story in here in Washington is the recent marriage between NBC's Andrea Mitchell and Alan Greenspan, who is 71 years old. And this is sweet, I didn't know this. They wrote their own vows, She promised to love, honor, and speak into his good ear. So that was kind of sweet, The newlyweds are going to spend their honeymoon in Mexico, and I thought this was sweet. As a gift to his new bride, Alan Greenspan just devalued the peso so that that'll be nice. So anyway, a little bit more of my coffee. Anyways. It just occurred to me, Mr. President, you are now handicapped, and you're the President of the United States. You must have an unbelievable parking spot, That's... That's got to be very close to the building, But, you got to hand it to the president. His injury is not holding him back from doing the business of the nation, In fact, he just nominated Major General Claudia Kennedy as the Army's first female three-star general. And I think that's great, She's doing a great job. Apparently, the only thing she's having trouble with, she's having difficulty figuring out how to sexually harass herself. She doesn't know how to... What's that? Guy yells my name for no reason. I have another announcement to make. Is that what you're telling me? That I should make this announcement? You're right. You make a good point with your incoherent gibberish. Here it is. Here's my other announcement. The U.S. State Department, folks, has just issued a travel warning for all women moving past Dick Morris's table. So... I don't know. Well, that's about it for me. I just want to How about this Heaven Gates call? This is what everybody's talking about. It's unbelievable. And it really is a sad story, and it's hard to comprehend. I mean, think about it. Who in their right mind would believe that you get into a spaceship behind a comet by castrating yourself and committing suicide? I mean, other than Pierre Salinger, who on earth would believe... I just saw him out in the lobby with a pair of sneakers, Nike sneakers, and a big purple shroud, going, where are they? Did I miss it? Well, that's it for me, folks. I just want to say, you know, before I go, that it really has been a thrill for me. I joke around about the news, you know, but you people, you do the real thing, and you serve as our watchdogs, and you tell the real stories that come out of this city. And I, for one, you know, think you do a darn good job. And as a matter of fact, I have a message from someone who couldn't be here and wanted me to read it to you. This is from Senator Bob Dole. He wanted me to read this to you. Here it is. This is it. This is from Senator Bob Dole. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, to hell with all of you. You cost me the damn election. You can kiss my ass, every last one of you. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much.
How great is Josh Brolin?
Oh, he was amazing. Such a good guy. And before we went out, Josh Brolin looked up at the audience and he went, well, fellas, let's shut these fuckers up. And it was like the end of the Wild Bunch where it was like, let's go! This is gonna bomb! It was like very liberating.
That guy's a man.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Coen Brothers movie, the last one?
Hail Caesar? Yeah. No, I have not seen it.
An army of technicians and actors and top-notch artistic people are working hard to bring to the screen our biggest release of the year. Hail Caesar is a prestige picture with one of the biggest stars in the world, Baird Whitlock.
Well, it's really badly promoted because it makes it look like it's an old movie with George Clooney in it. Mm-hmm. But it's not. It stars Josh Brolin. Mm-hmm. And Josh Brolin has this scene with Clooney where he throws him up against the wall. And this guy's so manly, Josh Brolin. I mean, it's literally a square job, you know? And he's so, like, cool looking, and he just makes Clooney look like a woman. But boy, I love Josh Brolin. But you know who's a real man? Have you ever interviewed Josh Brolin?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You have?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My God, huh?
Yeah, total stud. It's a manly man.
He is a
You got a
hot
thing for
piece
Josh
of,
Brolin?
Huh?
You got a thing for Josh, then? Sleep, tread lightly in there.
No. No, I mean, he's a hot piece of tail.
Yeah, his tail is on fire.
It's been so long since you came around. Need one more chance to make this right. So stay till the morning. Stay till the morning. Stay forever. Won't miss this time. Just
Now, what else do we have here? Oh, a curling stone. You know what these are made of? I always took them for granite. Last time I take a joke from Martin Short. All right.
You're Canadian. You know, this is an incredible thing I read. The curling, which we get excited about every 4 years.
Phenomenal.
That is not a renewable. Do you know what those are made of? The curling stones?
The stones?
I don't really know.
Aren't they goiter?
I've always taken them for granted. Hey, we'll be back with more in a moment.
Well, how about them Winter Olympics? They're finally underway, so we've got a lot of great stuff to look forward to the next 2 weeks, like hockey and, well, just hockey, really. I was watching last night. I saw speed skating, and my goodness, you know, could the outfits they wear be any tighter? Holy Lord! There was an East German woman. I swear, you could see the outline of her entire penis. It was. all kinds of sports celebrities in the audience tonight. I see
know that in this day, nobody's gonna change. You won't ever leave. On my mind again, I'm still not tired of it. Can make you want me. And I might act okay, say things will stay the same. Say I'm all out.
The Olympic Committee has been dealing with this issue forever. You know, back when I was competing in the 70s, they would, all the women, especially the Soviet women and East German women, had to get saliva tests. Right. Yeah, remember that?
I remember they would wear, their outfits would be so tight, sometimes you could see their penis.
Yeah. Yeah, the Eastern Bloc.
I wasn't looking down there, but I'm glad you were. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try this.
Do you like hot sauce?
Oh, I hate it. But you know, you gotta try new things in life.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you're right. Whoa! Son of a gun, that's hotter than a $2 pistol. Man alive.
Well, welcome to Phoenix. How long have you been in town?
I got in yesterday and I burned myself all over.
We said, what were you doing?
I know, it's hotter than a $2 pistol in this town.
So you're a little peeling a little bit on the nose?
Yeah.
So you don't come here often in the summer, is that what you're saying?
No.
Yeah, it's a good plan not to come in the summer.
And
it's nice every other
People leave
month.
in the summer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They scurry out.
Spent a lot of time in Southern California, San Diego.
Yeah. Are you drunk? Because all you did was ride a cooler and you're sweating.
I am. Well, it's hot it's hotter than a $2 pistol.
Well, he's got like
in here.
12 layers on.
Yeah,
I think.
I thought it was going to be really cold.
Well, you're from Canada. This should be springtime for you.
No, I know I'm from Canada, but you know I'm still a human being. Like it's not like we evolved differently. Yeah, no, I'm from the frozen north.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets colder than a. It gets colder than a.
Here it comes. Get your finger on the panic button.
No, it gets colder than a vampire's demeanor.
Okay, that's better. Wow. Surprisingly cerebral.
Why you going high? Push me to the side. Let's keep going on and I ain't getting tired. Yeah, you try to crucify all the good inside. You go and call 911, but I already died. Yeah, worry about it. Say now, what you saying?
You said this is the coldest you've ever been. You're Canadian, so are you okay with this?
I've been colder than this. I've been colder than a vampire's.
Go on.
That's like
We're
an
waiting.
8 a.m. joke.
Yeah, we can do it at 7:19. The stage is yours.
How many Polish guys does it take to screw in a light bulb? The question cannot be answered because Polish people are so fucking stupid that no matter how many of them are available, none of them would ever be able to complete that simple task.
This is a meta joke. You know, aware of these meta jokes?
How many comedians does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
2. One to do it and the other guy to go, how long's he been up there?
I like that.
On stage.
Yeah, because they was going,
These are like, how long?
Oh, that's a good one. I was going to say that the Polish government did actually try to land on the sun back in the.
No, they didn't.
Yes, and they were ridiculed for it because they said you'll burn up when you come anywhere near. They said we're going at night.
Who?
Now,
Well, no, I've never asked you this before, and we've been good friends for many years. Okay, I made that up, but
No. We haven't?
No, we're friends. We're good friends, but I don't know what I'm McDonald. Is that Irish? Is that Scottish? What's your ethnic background?
my ethnic background is Polish.
Are you really Polish? Wow.
Polish people,
I didn't
yeah.
realize that.
Yeah.
McDonald, you don't.
Well, my parents changed their names. They had to because of the constant ribbing they'd get for being Polish, you know. And so they changed their name to McDonald. But you know, it's one of the things that you know. I mean, I get a little upset about it, you know, because you know,
All the Polish jokes and
Yeah,
stuff.
you can't make jokes about other people, but for some reason you make jokes about Polish people, you know.
Right.
I don't like it.
Right. You shouldn't. That sounds bad. Yeah.
I mean, I had an experience, you know. I go in and I order a Polish sausage, you know, from this guy, you know. And so the guy says to me, you must be Polish. And I said, come on, man. I mean, come on. think about it, what you're saying. You know, I'm trying to knock some sense into this fella's head, maybe give him a wider world view, you know?
Sure, yeah.
I said, you think because I order a Polish sausage, I'm Polish. I said, what if somebody came in here and ordered French toast? Would you think he was French, you know?
Right.
I mean, what if somebody came in here and ordered a Belgian waffle? Would you consider that guy a Belgian, you know? I mean, if a guy came in and ordered a German bratwurst, would you consider that fella to be a German fella?
Right.
I said, what if a guy came in and ordered German potato salad? I suppose you'd think he was German too. Yeah?
Yeah.
You know, what if a guy...
Wow, you talked to this guy for a while.
I'm telling you, man. With racists, you have to get through
You have to
them.
really get it into their head. Right.
I said, if a guy came in and he ordered a Cuban hamburger, are you going to assume he's a Cuban?
Right.
I said, I think it is absolutely ridiculous that just because I come in here, I order a Polish sausage, why would you jump to the fact that I'm Polish?
Right.
And the guy says to me, well, first of all, it's a hardware store.
And you hate Polish jokes, don't you? You just hate them.
No, I think they're disgusting.
I'm scared of letting go. I'm scared of letting go. I'm scared of letting go. I'm scared of letting go of everything in the past.
Which brings us to two notable comedians and two friends of Gilbert's. And Gilbert, you might have to do the driving on this one. Let's start with the late, great Norm.
Yeah, I remember doing Norm's podcast. And, you know, as always, it turned with any of my comic friends who would turn like deranged.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very funny with that. He'd always talk with like a sneer, you know. It's like, and I remember right after I put that photo up a few times. It's one of my favorite photos. Afterwards, after doing Norm's show, Norm and I joined Jeff Ross and, of course, Bob Saget.
Yeah.
And I remember that being a night of just nonstop laughs.
You could tell even from the still photo
Yeah.
that you guys were ripping it up.
Yeah, it was just so much fun.
Truly original. I never met him. You know, it's funny. I'm in comedy a long time, and I know a million comedians, and I've gotten to work with a million comedians, and for some reason our paths never crossed. And we wanted to get him on this show, Gil, as you know.
Yes.
And he was Norm. So he was strangely strangely hard to pin down, or non-committal, or could do it and then couldn't do it, and.
I don't really know. You know, I know I'm working.
One of the truly great comic minds, though, and his last appearance on Letterman, where he got so emotional, you know, and in ways it sounds corny. I felt I knew him through his work, and obviously a lot of mutual friends. That Letterman appearance, really.
Gil, your appearance on his podcast, that whole podcast was so good.
It was,
and so funny.
Yeah, let's not diminish that, Gilbert. It made history, your appearance, and also the Einstein episode.
Yeah.
With Norm.
Yeah, I remember when I was on Norm's podcast. Afterwards, I just felt like I ran a marathon. It was just got crazier and crazier.
Netflix owns that show now, and they're not available to the public, unfortunately, and they're sitting on them. Hopefully one day it would be great if that podcast was re-released, because
there's that Bob Einstein episode is also legend.
Yep.
You know, what can you say about the guy? I mean, a really rare, truly original comic voice.
Oh, it just really
and I love
such
Kurt
a
Ferguson
loss.
more than life itself.
He, by the way, Norm's book, based on a true story, not a memoir, which is so funny. The audio book, he narrates it, So if
if
you miss Norm and you've never heard him reading his book, it's brilliant.
Now I got to get it. Yeah, I regret never meeting the man. And Gilbert,
Same.
I'm glad you had such wonderful times with him.
Yes, he was a lot of fun.
It's a big loss. It's a loss for this
like
podcast
a total smartass.
Yeah, I wish our paths had crossed. So let's move on to Bob, last but not least.
Yeah.
Which was a blow and not expected. And I will say that I had just reached out to Bob. We just recorded our 400th episode a couple of days ago, Gilbert and I reached out to Bob and I said, will you come and do this with us? And he said, I think I'm on a plane that night. And we were going back and forth and trying to arrange something. And then I sent him the link, which has been shared online. I sent him the link to Don Rickles' estate auction. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
They
I bid on a couple things.
You bid on a couple of things?
And I got none of them.
Bob's face was on a couple of items that, like there was pictures of them together and a poster or something. And I said, hey, you might want to bid on some of these things. And he wrote me back and he said, this just makes me sad, actually. And he said, but life goes on. And I had said to my wife, I have to call Bob. I have to text Bob. We moved the date of the 400th episode, and I got a phone call from my sister-in-law probably 20 minutes later telling me she just heard that he was gone. It was very shocking, and still is.
I had just spoken to Bob like a few days before he died. And we were on the phone, and as always, the minute anything turned at all sincere or serious, we turn it to just complete filth and make it reverse, and it was always fun, and it was like I always remember like when the Aristocrats came out, people were saying, "Can you believe Bob Saget talks like that?" And to people who knew him, they said we couldn't believe he could speak any other way.
It wasn't Danny Tanner.
No.
I didn't know him that well. I certainly didn't know him as well as Gilbert, but but that was part of him. But there was such a gentleness to the guy.
Yes.
Too. I mean, his humor was so edgy and so dark and it could be so scatological, as you'll hear because we're rerunning the second episode that we did with him. But he didn't want to injure. He didn't want to hurt anybody. He was very, very, very sensitive guy. Did he always tell you that he loved you before he hung up the phone, Gilbert?
Yes.
As Dara shared with me, there was a real kindness to him that you couldn't miss.
And I remember I got a call from Jeff Ross who said, sad news, Bob Saget died. And I swear, I thought, this is going to be a funny, sick joke. And I said, okay. And I was waiting for the punchline. And then he said, no, seriously, he died. And I still have a hard time grasping that.
It's a gut punch. It really is. Gilbert you made the rounds. You went on CNN. You went on television. You said some lovely things about him. But 65. I mean, it's too young. It's too big a loss for.
And it seemed like he was another one starting out again. Like he did a live show.
Yeah.
And he was really excited to be getting back to live performing. And
going back to the second podcast with him, and he started that podcast, Bob Saget's Here For You. And it did seem like he was entering another phase of his career and another phase of his life. It seemed like he was more wistful and trying more to be of service. I mean, that's why he was pleasant to be around. There really was no show business at all to the guy.
Yeah.
you know. And he struck me, again, didn't know him well, but he struck me as also having a sadness about him. Do you think that, Gil, did you feel that?
Yeah.
A depth and a sadness about him.
And he also, well, he had two sisters who died.
Yeah, that's right.
One from scleroderma, which was a charity he did loads of work for.
Yes, to his credit.
And see, there's another thing that shows that what I've always said about comedy and tragedy. He made, I remember being with him a few times where he made jokes about his sister. You know, really deranged stuff. But then you see, I mean, you know, he loved his sister.
Of course.
And his family was totally traumatized by it. But he could just be completely sick. I think if you could communicate with the dead and get in touch with Bob Saget, he would make completely bad taste jokes about his own death. He was that kind. He would just really
staying true to his art to the end.
Yes, yes.
To the bitter end. It's a big loss for us personally, for Gilbert and Jeff and Stamos and obviously a lot of his friends and fans.
And I put up a photo too. I was on the beach with Jeff, and we're holding up a phone, and on the phone is Bob Saget, because we're sitting on the beach and said, "Hey, let's call Bob."
I saw the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not much else we can add. Rest in peace, Bob.
Everybody lies, right? You gotta lie there, but you ever lie for no reason? That's a bad lie there. You know, usually there's a reason, like you want to protect somebody's feelings or, you know, screw over your buddy or something like that, but you ever lie for no reason at all, just all of a sudden a big lie spills out of your evil head there, you know? And you don't even know, like a guy comes up to you and go, "Hey, you ever see that movie with Meryl Streep and a horse?" And you go, "Yes." And in the back of your head, you go, "What the hell am I lying about over here? I stand to gain nothing by this lie. The hell am I thinking back here in my head?" I don't know, man.
You know, Norm's one of those guys, he'll write something, it's a really funny joke, but also let you realize he's a sick fucker. You know, it's like he said,
yes.
You ever find yourself, one of his Norm's bits, which I just thought like, I fell off my chair, and he said, you ever find yourself lying, telling a lie, and you're halfway through, you realize, wait a minute, there's no possible way I could benefit from this lie. Why am I lying? Saying, hey, did you see Avatar? Yeah. To me, that's just a monster.
Yeah.
You know, that's a twisted mind.
Yeah, he's
And my favorite thing about Norm is that he will just flat out lie. Just for his own entertainment, he'll just tell you a story that has never happened. He's completely making things up.
I was with
He does it
Larry
all the
Flint
time.
at the White House.
Yeah.
He
Something
said,
like that.
I'll hook you up. Now, if my uncle from the plains of Ontario said, I'll hook you up, he'd probably get you a nice mincemeat pie. But when Larry Flint says it, something dirty.
Best.
Truly one of the best.
Is the First Lady a compulsive liar, though? It's beginning to look that way. In an interview on last night's 2020, intended to promote her new book, It Takes a Village, Mrs. Clinton folded under tough questioning by Barbara Walters and admitted that, in fact, it does not take a village, and furthermore, that she was aware that it does not take a village when she wrote the damn book. Meanwhile, President Clinton is hard at work on Tuesday's State of the Union address, in which he'll focus on crime, education, and the economy. At the request of the First Lady, part of the President's speech will be huge lies. More questions about Hillary Rodham Clinton's truthfulness. In an interview this week, the First Lady claimed that she won the women's 100-meter dash at the 1956 Olympics, and that she had an IQ of, quote, over 700. When it was pointed out to her that these were not especially good lies, Mrs. Clinton responded, I know, I have a problem, and then added, I invented the formula for 7-Up.
In Whitewater news, federal regulators quizzed Hillary Clinton at the White House this week and gave her a perfect score on the lying section. She's a dirty liar.
For years, Hillary Rodham Clinton has told people that she was named for the first man to climb Mount Everest, Sir Edmund Hillary. But as Esquire magazine recently pointed out, Sir Edmund did not climb Mount Everest until 1953, 6 years after Hillary was born. However, the First Lady does have a good explanation for the discrepancy. She loves to lie. A former Arkansas banker told the Senate Whitewater Committee this week that he gave Bill Clinton a $20,000 loan as a favor, even though it was, quote, unacceptable banking practice. In response, President Clinton stated that he has no recollection of such a loan, while First Lady Hillary Clinton said, "We've never even been to Arkansas." Our top story tonight comes from the O.J. Simpson civil trial, where this week it was revealed that in his first interview with police, Simpson had refused to take a lie detector test. His reason? It detects lies. Well, the Super Bowl is still a week away, but already the 49ers are leading 31-0. Well, the Super Bowl might be over, but the San Francisco 49ers just keep piling it on. They now lead the Chargers 83-40 for 27. So they've comfortably covered the spread. And in football news, man, this is getting ridiculous. The 49ers now beat the Chargers 1,000,655 something to 27. All right. Not good with those long numbers.
It's Super Bowl Sunday, and I've flown across the country to watch the game with Norm MacDonald.
I heard everyone hates that Ben Affleck is Batman.
Yeah, but they haven't seen the movie yet.
What's the movie?
Batman.
Come and sit. The football game is about to begin.
I show up during the pregame. Some celebrities crave attention or surround themselves with handlers. Not Norm. He's just a guy in an easy chair chomping down tomato sandwiches as fast as his mom can pump them out.
Do you want to sit down with us or no?
And of course, congratulations to the Denver Broncos for winning the Super Bowl. How about that? Denver did great, you know. There he is. I love the Denver fans, you know, because for one thing, they don't wear food on their heads. That's nice. And they had a wild celebration in Denver after that Super Bowl, man. And now city officials expect an even wilder celebration if the Nuggets win 10 games this year. They say they're going to... say the whole city's going to go nuts. Yeah, the Nuggets are having a bad year this year, man. Matter of fact, they're making a film about the team. They got a pretty catchy title. It's Black Men Can't Jump Either.
9 a.m., busy Friday morning for you, and we're all talking Super Bowl. Everybody's got an opinion on the game, including Charlie the Tortoise. Yeah, Brad from Petropolis joined us this morning, and we're going to see who he picks to win the Super Bowl. It could be the Saints, could be the Colts.
Yeah, hopefully he moves and goes to one.
All right.
He was picking them earlier.
Listen, man, have you guys seen any giant tortoises?
It's Norm MacDonald.
I actually found one.
Norm MacDonald. Yeah, we got one right here, as a matter of fact.
Oh, because I was in town.
Yeah, and you were looking...
Specifically to see it, and I went to the tortoise stores, but they were all regular-sized tortoises. I said, I don't want one of these, man. I didn't come here for that.
You wanted a big
A giant tortoise.
Well, yeah, is this one big enough?
Where?
Right here, right on
What
the... Yeah, there it is. Is that one?
Good Lord.
Now, this is not just your normal giant tortoise. He's going to pick a winner for the Super Bowl.
Actually, most giant tortoises can do that. That's what they're known as.
Absolutely.
They're known for a couple of things. They're herbivores, and they're very good handicappers.
Well, let's see how this one does. This is Charlie from Petropolis.
Yes.
Brad, what's the procedure?
Okay, earlier this week I did it, and we put it on YouTube, and he just walked to one of them. I'm going to try to get him to move a little bit more, and I know Tim wants the Saints, but he picked the Colts earlier.
Apple, buddy, Apple. Go Apple.
Here's Charlie.
Now, is this cheating, you think, that I moved the Saints closer and put an apple on it? Is that cheating at all?
The food is all decoration.
Yeah, it's all...
This is a natural animal. This is its instinct. Its thought process right now is going, Freeney is hurt.
That's exactly right. Way to handicap the game there. There it is, Brad. I think he's going. I think he's chosen Saints.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
He's looking over. He's asking for the line. It's 5.
Quit looking over there. We're out of time. I'm taking your Saints pick. More with Norm MacDonald in a minute. He's in town. You're going to check him out. Norm, you feel free to come to the kitchen.
I don't believe
if you
he's
want.
going to the Colts.
I'm going to the kitchen right now.
All right, here we go.
Norm has developed a habit for tweeting throughout sports events. He's also a veteran handicapper.
The proper bet is Denver.
Denver, okay. You are Deaver.
So it's worth noting, Norm has had some problems with gambling in the past, but he knows how to pick a game. The problem comes when he starts picking every game.
Well, I remember when I was hosting Saturday Night Live, I had every hockey under. There's like 14 games. When they say, oh, just gamble what you can afford, well, then there's no gamble to it. You know what I mean? What's the gamble?
Yeah. We talk football. Then we move to Russian literature, a genuine passion of his.
But Gogol was an ultra-realist.
Fact is, Norm can have a conversation about almost anything.
Put a knife in and twist it around your brain. So were the Yoko songs those experimental weird things? Now we're at a point where there's 1,011,030 guys. God damn, there's the interception.
We talk about his career, but it's not to boast. Norm rarely boasts.
It was so hard because I had to act in it, you know what I mean? And I can't act, so that was...
Head over to his other condo to watch the game with his son.
Ah, what are you doing?
Just like before, Norm sits down, opens his laptop, and we watch football.
Oh, no, that's going to look bad for Cam. You got that hit out because it takes too long.
It's no longer like I'm with a comedic genius or even an interview subject. I'm just hanging with a guy named Norm.
By the ref.
I understand why David Letterman had him on as the last stand-up of his late-night show.
He's not sentimental, and I say in truth, I love you. Oh, my God.
He's just a genuine guy. Oh, and the Broncos won. They scored 24. Not bad, Norm.
That was very sweet, Norm. Good night, everybody.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind. Still in line.
What was the most you ever bet on an event?
$400,000.
Who was it on?
Atlanta Falcons against the Denver Broncos, 1990.
Who was favored?
The Broncos were favored by something like 12.5 points.
You took Atlanta.
I took the money line that paid 3 to 1 or something like that, and lost. And I will tell you this. You should never bet football because the ball ain't round. I keep telling people this. And so the ball hits and then it does all kinds of crazy things and you don't know. You want to bet on a game with a round ball. But anyways, I quit. I don't know why I'm even saying that.
Welcome Norm MacDonald, everybody.
I love you. I love you. No, you. All right, that's enough. That's enough. You're making Norm nervous now.
Is an exceptionally funny man. He's an actor, comedian, and former news anchor for Saturday Night Live. Next week, comedy history will be made with the premiere of Sports Show with Norm MacDonald. You can watch it Tuesday nights at 10:30 on Comedy Central. Please welcome Norm MacDonald.
How's it going, Jimmy?
Good. You scared me.
Why?
I don't know. I felt like you were coming to attack me or something.
No. I like getting out of here fast. I find people don't like people walking. You know, right to the jokes, get jokes in.
Some people really milk it, the walk out to the thing.
Yeah.
I admire that in a way, because I don't have that kind of confidence to stand there and to do this.
Oh, to do the big thing and wave and everything.
Sometimes they go in and there's handshakes.
Until people don't care too much for you.
Yeah.
Not you, me.
Yeah, or us, together.
Please welcome one of our oldest friends, Norm MacDonald. Let's get him out here.
What a crowd. You guys are great, I'll tell you that. I've been on a lot of shows, but there's no better crowd than you right here. I'll tell you that
right now. You're a pro. You came out here, you lit this crowd up.
I'm just telling the truth.
You're the truth teller. Please welcome Norm MacDonald. That's a can-do, Norm. You came charging out like
that. Yeah, because Peter, look at this audience, man. They don't care about that walk. They like jokes.
One of the funniest guys around, Norm MacDonald. Is there a problem there? What's the problem?
No, nothing. It's just speckled water.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. You got out fast.
Yeah. I want to get right to the jokes. That's what the people are here for. They're not here to see a guy walk from there to there.
No, I've never seen anyone care about the customer more than you.
I love this audience, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many naturally funny guys. Sometimes with stand-up, I'll get in a cab, and the guy will go, "Guy will tell me, you got to be the funniest guy ever, you know? He's just this cab driver, way funnier than me." And he goes, "I don't know how you do it." And I'm going, "Wow, that's good, because you'd be way better than I would." He's like, "How do you do it? You stand up on stage." I could never do it. I guess I'll just have to drive this cab for the rest of my life. What do you do again? Stand up there? Nah, that seems impossible. So I go, "That's good."
Sometimes I'll go, like, I'll be in a cab, and then I'm talking to the guy's the funniest guy I've ever met, you know? He's like, "I don't know how you do it," you know? I'm like, "What the? You're way the fuck funnier than me." But I'm glad you think it's so difficult, you know?
Right.
Because if it wasn't, like, you know, I think of all my relatives that were great anecdotalists and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But there's this feeling that they can't do it, you know?
Right.
And of course you can.
This week is Taxi Cab Appreciation Week, so to all you taxi cab drivers out there, I'd appreciate it if you'd take a shower once in a while. How'd that be?
We want to talk about your uncle, because every time you come on the show, you have a story about your uncle who lives up in Canada.
Oh, yeah, he's a Frenchman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you always have like a little story about him.
Jean-Luc. Oh, yeah, he's a crazy character, that dude. He originally visited New York City. Hello?
I'm just just having a drink. I can listen to you and have a drink. It's not like I went like this. Hold it. Ooh. Ah, liquid. Huh? I'm still here. Let's see if I got this right. You've got an uncle, lives up in Canada, named Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc.
Occasionally he visits. Once time he visited New York.
So I'm living in New York, you know. And Jean-Luc, I'm excited. Jean-Luc's going to come back, my crazy Frenchman uncle. So he gets in the cab, right?
When he gets to the airport.
Yeah, he gets to the airport, the cab driver picks him up, and the cab driver says to him, "Hey, Frenchman," he says, do you like riddles, you know? So my uncle Jean-Luc, he's like, yes, I love the riddles. That's how he talks. He goes, I like nothing better than a riddle. So the cabbie's like, all right, here's one, right? So he says, here's the riddle. His brothers and sisters, I have none, but this man's father is my father's son. So my uncle goes, I don't know. Right? So the cabbie goes, it's me. It's me.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Oh, he thinks about it. Oh, by God, he says, that's a good riddle there. He says, I have to tell my wife, Mary Claire, when I get back to Gaspé. That's where he lives, Gaspé.
Right.
So he's like, take me back to the airport. And the cabbie's like, what? Right? The cabbie's like, I thought you wanted to go visit Norm then. No. I go back to the airport. All right, you know, I have to tell Mary Claire. Seems odd, right? Gets back on the plane, flies all the way back home there to Gaspé. And he gets back, right? Runs in the door. Mary Claire, it's vous. You know, where are you, Mary Claire? Come on down here. I have a riddle for you. She goes, oh, Jean-Luc, I love the riddle. She's a woman, high voice.
Michael Jackson was visiting. Yeah, all right.
So, you're going to love this riddle. How was New York? Forget about that. I got the riddle. Brothers and sisters, I have none. But this man's father, he's my father's son. She goes, I don't know. Who is it? Some cab driver back in New York.
You didn't mean to do that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Be honest, you didn't mean to do that.
I didn't at all. I just got to the end. That guy, man, I always tell my uncle, you shouldn't curse so much. You know?
Oh, man. All right. We're going to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
And there was a story you had told about your father and Bill Cosby on David Letterman. Do you think you could share that with us here right now?
I remember that, yeah. That was when, I opened for Bill Cosby.
Right.
You want me to tell you the story?
Yeah, tell the story. It was terrific.
No, I opened for Bill Cosby at this college. So there's 100,000 people at the college, you know. It's the University of Oklahoma. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, for sure. Like 100,000 people to see your show, Norm, or just...
No, to see Bill Cosby.
Oh, to see Bill Cosby.
I was opening for him.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, it's a football stadium, you know. So they have this little tiny, stage, you know, and so I went up there, and I had my suit on and everything, and then I talked, and no one laughed. They were all just talking to each other. I don't think they even noticed me on stage, you know. And they didn't mind that I was on stage, but they they didn't boo or anything. I don't even think they saw me. So I finished my thing, and then I got off, and Bill Cosby came up. And he was wearing, and he talks just in little. He talks he doesn't use full sentences. So he said, "Why?" I was wearing a suit. He goes, "Why this suit? You know, suit," or something like that. So I said, "No, I was trying to show the respect." You know, Bill Cosby goes, "College, wear the sweatshirt and the pants." You know, so he just had a sweat suit on. Yeah. So, anyways, he says. This shows you how good Cosby is. He's he was asking the girl, from the student union or whatever. He goes, "What's going on here?" You know. So she goes, "Well, next week we're playing Tulsa, and it's a big game, you know." So then he goes on stage and he goes, "We're playing Oklahoma State." He goes, "Oklahoma State!" So everyone cheers, right? Then he goes, "Tulsa!" And then everyone boos. And then he says it slower. He goes, Oklahoma State. And everyone like goes crazy. He goes, Tulsa. He does this like 6 times, and the audience is going insane by the end of it, like cheering and booing. And then at the end he goes, next week I'll be playing Tulsa, and I'll be doing that bit in reverse. Then he laughs. Everyone laughs. So then they loved him. You know, they didn't even notice I was on stage. And so anyway, then the show ends. And then I'm talking to him, and I was telling him, because when I grew up, my dad and I would listen to Bill Cosby albums. He would love Bill Cosby, my dad. So I said, my dad loves you. He goes, where's your dad live? And I said, Ottawa. He goes, Ottawa. And then he turns to his manager guy that was with him, and he goes, Maury, aren't we playing in Ottawa? When? I thought the schedule... So then the guy goes, yeah. He goes, we're doing it in August. He goes, yes, take the man's name down, and we will. And so then he says, I will meet with your father, take him back, and we will speak. And I will put him in the front, because people like to be, and then after. And so just put the number down on the paper. So then, like, I go to write the number down, and it occurs to me that my father's dead. So, but I don't want to say that to Bill Cosby, you know. So I just write down any fucking number. Like I just write the area code and then 7 digits. So that's the story. So then later, like a couple of months go by, and this also shows you like the power of like a guy like Bill Cosby. I was doing some lame thing on the Drew Carey show, you know, I was supposed to be a lawyer or something for one episode of the Drew Carey show. So I'm on the Drew Carey show. I'm rehearsing, and the lady runs up and she goes, Bill Cosby's on the phone. You know. So I go, what? So I go and I answer the phone, and it's there, I swear. It's Bill Cosby. So I go, hello? He goes, your father does not answer at the phone. I phoned the number, and the phone rang, and then another voice came that was a machine, and it was a person saying that the number was not used by a person and all this, you know. So I'm like, instead of just telling him, I just said, no, that's the number. That was all. I didn't know. It was impossible for me to say. But so anyway, that's the story. And then I told that story on Letterman once, and I guess Cosby saw it. And then the next day, this was when I was working at Saturday Night Live. The next day, I went to my office, and there was like 300 like things of flowers. There was flowers like everywhere in my office. And then and then about 5 days later, like I found there was a little tiny card on one of the flowers, and it said, I hate to be the one to break. I'm doing his voice, but it said, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but your father is long since dead. So that's the story. God damn, that was a long story.
But it was good. It was good. Have you had any contact with Dr. Cosby since then, Norm?
The doctor, yeah, Dr. William H. Cosby, E.D.
Yeah, that's him.
No, I've never talked to Bill Cosby since then. But I love that guy.
That's so amazing. And it was a great impression too. If I don't mind saying that, really, are we going to see lots of impressions from you when you're here in Calgary? And
oh yeah, no.
Little one, you've been away so long, and I need you now more than forever. More than forever.
You know, I had maybe the greatest Bill Cosby story ever.
Really?
And now it's not in the top 10,000. Because I'll tell people the story.
Right.
And then I'll constantly be interrupted by, and then did he rape you? I'm like, he didn't ever rape me. It had nothing to do with the story.
And the last time I saw him was at the Comedy Store. And he was uncharacteristically emotional.
Yeah.
Like when we parted company, he was. And there's a picture of me and him and like the back of Chris Rock's head. I put it in my special. That picture that's in the end of the closer was the last time that I saw him.
The last time I saw him with any regularity was we all went on a tour to do just stand-up, like...
The three of you guys.
It was
I had a couple other guys.
Funny because we had a text chain of a bunch of us, and we would all fuck around.
Yeah.
And then one time he was arguing with Schneider about something, and about stand-up, and he goes, I'm the best comic out of all of us. And everyone went, yeah.
I saw him at the SNL 40th, and I didn't know he had cancer or anything, but I remember as soon as he saw me, he was like, I love you, Molly. Just he blurted out right away.
Yeah.
And I think I was like, oh, I just had a sense of like, I could feel that he had this kind of urgency to say exactly what was on his mind in the moment.
Right.
Because maybe he'll never have that moment again.
Sometimes he'd be late in the morning because we're all taking off, and I would just go, hey, no, man, we got to get to this place, and he'd give me a look, and then after he passed away, then I realized he was giving me a look like, what the fuck do you want from me? I'm going through some shit, man. But he'd be like, yeah, all right, you know.
On the bus or backstage, he would come in and do bits. He wanted to keep, I like that, you know, when people are still funny and he's a good laugher. And that's always nice when a comic is a good laugher too, instead of just only going one way with it. They like to crack up with people. And that was a fucking blast. Did you wear a cowboy hat the whole time?
He bought a cowboy hat, and all of a sudden, cowboy hat walking around.
Weird, yeah.
Like, he could do that. He did get emotional a lot, though. Like, on the whole tour, he would just all of a sudden get really teary-eyed and stuff, and he'd be like, this is wonderful, like this, the tour itself, and like hanging out, and we'd have dinners and breakfasts and shit, and he was more... he'd just be so much fun to see. He had so much energy to hang.
Do you remember the last time that you had seen him?
I hadn't seen him for a while, but the last time I saw him was at a bar by our place, and he would watch. He was a big gambler, but the last time I talked to him, when I was quarantined in Minnesota, he would I'd text him and I go, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And he goes, "What? Who's this?" And he would do this all the time. I go, "It's fucking Nick, dude." And he goes, Nicky, what are you doing? And I'm like, nothing, I'm quarantined. And he goes, you didn't stand up? And I'm like, no, the fuck? No one's doing stand up. And he goes, what's your plan? And I go, I don't know, I'm going to kick it here, and then I think I'm going to go to Key West. And I go, I might just retire, though, and just move to Reno and just get like a residency, and then I'll just live in Reno and just work there, just be like an old comic.
Yeah.
And he goes, sort of God, he goes, that's a good idea. And I go, yeah, I don't know, whatever. He goes, no, maybe I'll join you. We'll both headline Reno. And I go, dude, Reno's fucking a mess. I go, no, I don't want to do that. So I go to Key West. A month later, he calls me and he goes, hey, what are you doing? And I go, I don't know, I'm in Key West. What's up with you? And he goes, when are you going to Reno? And I go, dude, that was a joke. I'm not moving to fucking Reno and retiring as like a comic. And he goes, fuck, I thought it was a good idea. And I'm like, no. And so that's the last time I talked to him. And then his closest friend, Lori Joe, I hit her up after Norman passed, and I was like, hey, are you doing okay? And she goes, one of the last things before Norm died, one of the last things he talked about was moving to Reno with you.
No.
Yeah, and I go, are you serious? She goes, yeah, he was like, he really wanted to do that. And I was like, oh, and that made me cry again. And yeah, it was just, that was Norm. It was awful.
Damn.
I'll tell you, I have so many Norm stories, but this is one of my favorites. And I was on tour, me, Sandler Spade, Rob Schneider.
Hashtag I'm with Norm.
Comedian Norm MacDonald has had a Tonight Show appearance next after some controversial remarks on the Me Too movement.
He made comments about the Me Too movement and his friend Roseanne and Louis C.K. And here's what he said. He said, I'm happy the Me Too movement has slowed down a bit. It used to be 100 women can't be lying. Then it became one woman can't lie. And that became, I believe all women. And then you're like, what? Like that Chris Hardwick guy, I really thought got the blunt end of the stick there. He went on to say his friends, unlike the victims, his friends, the comedians, suffered more than the victims did. That he had to apologize
Not a good
for.
comment.
That was over the line.
He said, I'm happy the Me Too movement has slowed down a little bit. It used to be 100 women can't be lying, and then it became one woman can't lie, and that became, I believe, all women. And then you're like, what? So it's almost as if he's sort of saying that we're taking the women at their word without due process. And that's an argument that a lot of people have right now.
Norm MacDonald was supposed to be on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon last night, but the show canceled his appearance after the interview he gave to The Hollywood Reporter that was released yesterday. I think it would have been better for Norm MacDonald to get on camera and talk about this, because I think part of the reason that quote, it is in print. And I think the way he says it, yeah, it does. I get what he is saying. It makes sense that, you know, if you're friends with these people, you can't just completely abandon them. You want to reach out to them. But what he says, it makes it sound like he's saying that what the victims went through isn't as bad as what Louis and Roseanne went through, which is a terrible thing to say. And I don't think that's what he meant, but that's how it comes off in print.
There was a story today that the funniest comedian in America, Norm MacDonald, was booted from The Tonight Show. Because he criticized Me Too. And listen to what he said. He said, it used to be 100 women can't be lying. Then it became one woman can't lie. And then became I believe all women. And then you're like, what? And so they canceled his appearance on The Tonight Show. And he said of the Me Too movement, the model used to be admit wrongdoing, show complete contrition, and then we give you a second chance. Now it's admit wrongdoing and you're finished. And so the only way to survive is to deny, deny, deny. And he's absolutely right. But the thing is, don't apologize for it.
Let's say you disagree with Norm MacDonald here. Let's say you think what he thinks is unreasonable. Why wouldn't you have him on and just ask him about it? The reason is because we live in such a ridiculously censorious society that we have to make sure that people like Norm MacDonald are never hurt.
And if the left, the progressive left, silences Norm MacDonald successfully, the entire landscape of comedy changes forever.
Paradise, with your body I don't wanna share. We're making dynamite, explosive love intentions building in the air. Yeah. So baby.
I feel bad that Roseanne got fired. I think that we have to be more forgiving of people. I've spoken to Roseanne many times, and she's always been in tears, and she's paying a mighty penance for whatever transgression you might think she did. Hey, you ever wonder where, like, I always like saying phrases.
Yeah, you definitely do.
That make me sound smart, like Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude?
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Yeah, taking joy in other people's pain or misery.
Yeah. Post-sasso? Have you ever heard that term?
I feel like I've heard it once before.
Because I said it once on the term.
Yeah.
It suddenly came up that I could use the term post-sasso.
Well, it's taken the nation by storm since then.
Check this out. You worked on Mad TV.
Yeah.
How long did you work on that?
I worked for 7 weeks.
That's it?
Yeah.
Was it the end of the run?
For me.
I mean, of the show?
It was like after a lot of those, I think after Will Sasso and some of those people left.
Post-Sasso.
Yeah. P.S.
This is the Twitter award for Best Hall of Famer. Going real well. At Albert Brooks. I installed the stripper pole outside my house. Haven't caught one yet. Steve Martin to go. OMG, President Lincoln has been shot. Wait, whoa, my internet connection is so low. At Alec Baldwin, how many friggin' times I gotta say it? 27, she's 27, jeez. That's a girlfriend? At Al Yankovic, breaking news, Netflix splits off into a third company called Vernster, where you can rent nothing but Ernest P. Worrell movies for $5 a month. And at NORM MACDONALD, rest in peace, Amy Winehouse. We lost a true heroin addict today.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Norm. I couldn't be with you tonight because I'm on location in Spain, where I'm tweeting. In Madrid, Spain. If that's a city that's in Spain, then that's where I am. And but I'd like to thank National Lampoon for the good people there. What did they do? They took a once great franchise and burned it asunder. So I'd like to thank them, and I'd like to thank everyone that helped me win this award, except there aren't any, because it was just me and a computer. I would like to thank the computer. What else? Let me think. It's pretty cool, you know, how far technology has come. Like you people are probably saying right now, hey, look, Norm has hired an entire film crew in Spain, and now he has filmed himself at great expense and has sent the reels over to the United States, and now, but no, you could not be wronger. I am doing this on a telephone. What make you of that? I know, you're saying, hey, Norm, that cannot be right. A telephone is used for telephoning. People take a telephone and they telephone other people and they say, what time is it there? Where you are with your telephone, because it's not the same time here. But that is just the sort of Philistine pig ignorance I've come to expect of you animals. The fact is, welcome to the future. That's all I can say. Welcome to the future. And I myself love Twitter. I follow everybody, you know. I follow Shelby Firo, who, you know, who has her amusing, is angst a word? I've heard that word before. And I direct messaged her once. That's a true story. And she direct messaged me back. And it was either her or Chris Hansen. Who knows nowadays? But you can find anybody on Twitter. And I enjoy Eddie Pepitone and his tweets, which look to me to be the longest suicide note in history. But thank you for the award. And God damn, I'm telegenic. Adam had a question he wanted to ask you about your comedy.
Yeah, I've been chomping at the bits to ask this one. I've been thinking about it all week. Norm told me to come up with some questions for you, and I've just been dying to know, where do you get your ideas from? Well, I mean, yeah, I've been dying to know, where do you get your ideas from? Norm.
Yeah, you're going to say that.
No, I really, I've been watching you for years, and I've always been really curious. Where do you get your ideas from? I think it's been really a thorough interview. I always wanted to know where he got his ideas from, but I think we've, you know.
Never been asked that before.
You know, where do you get your ideas from?
I don't know where I get I don't know. Jeez. What, do you have a specific idea you want to know where?
No, just all of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why didn't you answer his question?
What was his question?
Ask him that.
Don't ask that again. That was the dumbest goddamn question I've ever heard.
You just want to know where you got it?
Yeah, well, I got to tell you where I got it, at Ralph's. That's where I got it.
Any particular Ralph's?
Yes, no, it's at Beverly Hills Ralph's.
Okay.
Got in the meat section.
The one on Beverly.
Beverly Drive, okay.
All right, let's grab Jordan before this break. Jordan, 15. Where are you, in Boise?
No, actually in Weezer.
In Weezer, okay. Out in Idaho. What's going on?
Well, I had a question for Norm and a question for you, Dr. Drew.
Yep.
Okay, Norm, how do you come up with your material?
How do I come up with it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, yeah.
Sit and thinks about it.
How'd you come up with that question? The same way. You just think of stuff, and then you laugh, and then you do it, and then if you don't laugh, you don't do it.
Do you want to be a comedian?
I kind of already am.
Are you a male or female?
Oh, well,
he's cracking me up.
You should know the answer, for God's sake.
I'm a dude, man.
How do you come up with your stuff?
I don't know. Kind of in class. I mean...
How about give us your best original joke, or give us the best joke you know, and let's hear your delivery, but no bad words.
With no bad words. Gotta think about it.
How you doing?
Good, thanks for asking. First, hey, I'm a big fan of both you guys, and I got a question for Donald there.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Where do you get your material, your comic material? Is it through your imagination or real life situations that's happened?
That's an excellent question.
It is. It's a good one. It's almost like what inspired you to ask that question, sir?
Well, you know, I kind of think of myself as being a comic as well. If you need some material, I can give you some right now.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, man.
Yeah, let's hear a joke here.
Well, it's not necessarily a joke, but have you noticed that it's always illegal to spit on the sidewalk, but as long as you're with your woman, it's okay to cock a loogie in her crotch? I'm thinking the cheap bastard should go buy some lubricant or something.
Yeah. It's like
Am I wrong here?
punk rock of comedy.
Well, that's awesome, man.
That's great.
That's good.
That's
Thanks.
a new way to approach comedy. It's a.
You want to play a little something on the piano real quick?
Well, Tom, right now it's not powered up because I got an outlet situation.
Oh, okay.
Going.
All right.
I got some pre-recorded material.
Okay. That's all right. Power it up next time.
He could have a whole act like that.
Wow.
He could. I swear to God, he could craft an entire act like that. You know, why is it okay to throw your gum? Like, you know, why is it bad if you throw your gum on the street, but it's all right if you rape a lady? You know, it's like the premise is crazy. It's not all right to spit in a lady's vagina.
No. No. That was what he was talking about, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he said like
on our program here, on our broadcast.
He said it's so terrible if you spit on the sidewalk, and yet perfectly accepted in our society to spit in your girlfriend's cunt.
Yeah. Shocking.
Because millions of people don't have any food in the world, so let's eat.
So much to share, so much to eat.
It is a big problem not only in Africa but in the world. It would be nice.
But there are those who are less fortunate. Perhaps you could
yes.
Comment on those people for us.
Well, Jan Murray is, I think.
Jan Murray.
He's worse off.
There's a direction there.
How's that?
Well, I mean, nobody really wants to be Jan Murray.
Television and film that
you'd always rather be yourself.
Musicians have now.
That with the worldwide, and we have some recognition to some of the stations, including Feed for us, Melbourne, Australia, EENF.
I mean, you're not taping this, are you, Randy?
Thank you.
And then Roberta Duran says to the other guy, "No, you blow it up this time."
Oh.
With Jerry Lewis, the actor. With Jerry Lewis, the telephone guy. any of those caps that I wear, it's always a love. Either that or the hang! That feeling that what it is that a creative person does, whether that be as an artist or as a creative
source.
You could say source, that's your word.
Genius.
Genius would be more my word.
My next guest is Mr. Bill Cosby, the man who's done more commercials than Bruce Jenner.
Dino, man, it's me. Bill couldn't be with us.
I guess that's part of it.
And you only have one tape with one song in it.
Yeah.
You ever play the lotteries? Yeah. Man, I never played them. But you ever get a lottery ticket, somebody give it to you as a gift, like for Christmas or something? I always thought that was the weirdest gift to give somebody, a lottery ticket, you know? So here you go. Nothing. That's nothing at all there. From me to you, a worthless hunk of cardboard. That's all it is, unless it pays off, you know? And that'd be worse. Imagine giving a guy a lottery ticket for Christmas that wins. You get a call, a guy from like a week later, go, yeah, what's that, Bill? Yeah, I remember that ticket I give you. 14 million bucks, huh? Ah! Well, Merry Christmas to you then. What'd you get me again? Oh, you had a cup. Oh, that was some cup, too, wasn't it? Guess no chance of that cup skyrocketing in value in the next little while, is there? You dirty dog! Oh, thanks. How you guys doing, all right? The weirdest show I ever see, the dating game? That's a weird show. The prize on the dating game, another contestant. Talk about cheap, you know, they chuck you somebody else. And they always do the same thing on the dating game. They get a beautiful girl, match her up with 3 big geeks, you know? Last week they had a guy, I was like a crazy guy, loony bin, psycho, wingnut, crazy guy. You can tell by the way they introduce him, you know, they go, bachelor number 2 is a shadowy, lurking character. From no fixed address, please welcome. Guy comes shambling into the studio, well-thumbed copy of Catcher in the Rye sticking out of his back pocket area. And then they made the girls ask those questions. They always be laced with sexual innuendo, you know. Girl got to go, bachelor number 2, if I were a popsicle. What would you do to me then? What? That's what it says in the card here, something about a popsicle. And then the guy goes, well, if you're a popsicle, huh? Well, first of all, I guess I'd take your wrapper off. If you know what I mean. Then I'd grab a hold of your sticks. If you know what I mean. Then I'd press you against the counter till you're broken too. But half you in the freezer till later. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm getting at there? Crazy guy that turned out to be.
I'm scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go of everything. Scared of
Great, thanks a lot. Enjoyed it.
Adam Egas.
How are you, Norm?
Good, man. How's your Easter?
It's fantastic. Couldn't be better.
That's great.
Yeah, it was great.
Hey, I thought the show was great last week. Our first show, Super Dave Osborne.
Amazing.
It was hilarious.
Unbelievable.
Hysterical.
Unbelievable. And we're not the only ones that think that. I have some pretty good news. The critics loved us. They couldn't get enough of it.
All right.
And more importantly, we officially are the #1 podcast on iTunes. So
Don't know
not
anything
too
about
shabby.
that. But I will tell you about critics.
What?
You can't get wrapped up in that kind of thing because critics, you know what I mean? they're just one guy's opinion.
Right.
That's just one guy's opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like what I like about the computer is it's interactive. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't matter if you don't. I didn't either before today. But what it means is that the people that are watching, they can post their own reviews of the show.
Absolutely.
On the web page.
Yeah, of course.
So what I did is, and because that's what I care about. I don't care about Owen Gleiberman.
Right, that's not who we do this with.
I care about the folks at home.
Right.
And so Daniel Kellison gave me a big bunch of comments. These are comments.
Oh, cool.
From the internet.
Oh, great.
People that listen to this. And I haven't read any of these. I'm just going to read them.
Oh, I can't wait to hear some. Let's hear some.
I'm going to read them live because this is a live show. I don't want to do pre-stuff.
No.
Do you like pre-stuff?
No. Who likes pre-stuff?
All right. So do you want to hear one?
Of course.
This first one is from MonkFan72. I love these guys' names.
Yeah, that guy likes Monk.
That guy likes Monk. He says, I love this podcast. It was great to see Norm MacDonald back, and Super Dave was the perfect choice as first guest. Lose the douchebag.
He's talking about me.
Well, we don't know if he's talking about you.
He's clearly talking about me.
He is talking about you. But listen, it's not bad news. It further elucidates my point, actually, because let's suppose this guy were Richard Corliss or Pauline Kael. I don't know if she's still working.
I don't think so, but I get it.
That would hurt. But
it hurts.
Is just one. This is just one person's opinion. But I have hundreds of other people.
All right, yeah, you're right. It's one guy, he's entitled to his opinion, and that's fine, whatever.
And mostly they like the show.
Well, good. Well, let's hear another one then.
All right.
Let's hear another one.
What's the deal with that fucking douchebag? Well, that was about you.
I mean, are there any good ones?
I'll look.
Okay.
Not good. Okay. Let me see here. Ooh.
What is it? Is it a good one?
It's not good at all. I found one.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a positive one. Thoroughly enjoyed it from top to bottom.
Great.
Blinky91 says. A sparkling exchange between veteran funny man Norm MacDonald and comedy legend Super Dave Osborne. One minor problem. The set.
Oh.
It's just too distracting. Why are there so many clocks? We're not tuning in to see what time it is in Hong Kong. We're tuning in to listen to comedians doing comedy. Plus some douchebag, I don't know who he was, but I'd like to punch him right in the fucking face. Okay.
I mean,
we don't need to know what the people think.
Well, no, I mean, it's hard, Norm. It's hard. I'm not used to this.
You know why? Because you're just new to the whole
I think that's part of it.
show business thing.
Oh, yeah, that.
You know what it reminds me of?
Huh.
I read in a book one time about Saturday Night Live, which I was on.
Yeah.
And when it started out, Chevy Chase retired, then Bill Murray came on.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody liked Bill Murray.
Nobody liked Bill Murray?
Unfathomable today
shocking.
to think that.
Shocking.
But they did not like him because he was new. You understand?
I get it. I mean, that makes sense.
So what he did, it was very famous. He went on TV.
Yeah.
He talked right to the camera, right?
Yeah.
And he introduced himself to the folks.
Did it work?
Said who he was. Of course it worked.
Oh, yeah, it's Bill Murray.
He's Bill Murray. He's probably the most successful guy ever to come out of the franchise.
Maybe you're right.
So why don't you just look at your camera and tell the folks who you are.
I'll
Introduce
give it
yourself.
I'll give it a shot. Let's see what works. I'm Adam Egat. I work at the world famous Comedy Store. I'm the manager over there. Before that, I was a manager at the Tempe Improv, and I don't know what I'm doing, I'll be honest, and I'm not an actor, I'm not a comedian, but I'm just gonna try my best, and I'm gonna do the best I can, and I hope the people watching at home will give me a chance to I don't know, just give me a chance. And I did this as a favor to Norm. I'm not an actor and I'm not a comedian.
This guy says your face looks like a cunt.
I can't even change that. It's not the first time I've heard that, but